items crafted with huge fires to items requiring the use of monsters' legs, we count down Runescape's top 10 range weapons. Number 10. The Crystal Bow. Now the reason this isn't high on the list is because of the relatively high requirements in order to use it. You need to have acquired the Roving Elves quest, and you need to also have 50 agility and 70 range. However, 56 agility is required in order to pass through the forest to get the item in the first place. If you've bought on the Run Exchange, it will cost you 917k, and for this you will get 1286 damage and 1486 accuracy, and this bow also doesn't require any ammo. Number 9. The Armadillo Crossbow. Now this item requires 70 range in order to wield and is obtainable by killing the Saradamian god in the God Wars dungeon and its minions. To buy this on the Run Exchange, it will cost you 5.8 mil. And to this you will get a accuracy of 1486 and a pro bonus of 1, and I believe this can use anything up to dragon bolts. Number 8. Dark Bow. Now this item is usable at level 70 range and is acquired by killing Dark Beast at level 90 Slayer. The reason this is so high in the countdown is due to the fact of a special attack which is notable throughout the Runescape community. On the Grand Exchange it will cost you 70k, and for this you will get damage of 371, an accuracy of 1486 and a defense rating of 297, as this is classed as a shield bow, and this can use arrows anywhere up to dragon. Number 7. Cal's Crossbow. Now this item is equipable at level 70 range and obtained from the Barrows minigame. If bought on the Grand Exchange it will cost you 392k, and for this you'll get a damage of 892, an accuracy of 1486. But the only slight downside with this weapon is that they can only use the bolt rack ammo. Number 6. The Hand Cannon. This requires a range level of 75 and also a fire making level of 61 to wield, and you must have also completed the Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf. This item is commonly obtained by killing cannoners in the dwarf battlefield. On the Grand Exchange it will only cost you 11k, and for this you will get a damage of 956, an accuracy of 1094. Again, same with the Cal Crossbow, the only thing that this can use as ammo is hand cannon shots. Number 5. The Royal Crossbow. Now in order to equip this you will need 80 range, 70 smithing in order to make the crossbow, and 60 summoning in order to enter the Queenback Dragon lair. You will also need to have completed the Song from the Depths quest. Now in order to get the Royal Crossbow you need to obtain the 3 parts: the Royal Bolt Stabilizer, Royal Frame and Royal Sight, and a Royal Torsion Spring, which then can be brandished at the Queenback Dragon to obtain the finished crossbow. On the Grand Exchange it will cost you a total of 935k for all the parts, and for this you will get a damage of 1020 and an accuracy of 1924, and this uses Royal Bolts. Number 4. The Chaotic Crossbow. Now this is wieldable at 80 range and 80 dungeoneering and will cost you a total of 200,000 dungeoneering tokens in order to buy. For this you'll get an accuracy of 1924 and can fire all bolt types up to dragon except for bolt racks and ascension bolts. Number 3. Death Lotus Darts. Now to equip these you will need 85 range and obtain through the player owned ports at minigame. Now in order to craft these you will need 92 fletching, and you will also require 1 set of ancient bones and 25 ascension shards, and this will get you 25 darts. For this you'll get a damage of 816 and an accuracy of 2178. So for the work required it is a pretty decent weapon. Number 2. The Ascension Crossbow. Now this requires level 90 range in order to use and can only be obtained via the Grand Exchange or by 90 fletching. In order to create it you will need each of the signets from each of the Ascension bosses combined with a Dragon Crossbow and 100 Ascension shards to create it. And if you wish to buy on the Grand Exchange it will cost you 182 mil per crossbow, so it's an offhand version, and for this you will get an accuracy of 2458 and it can fire specifically Ascension bolts. And number 1. The Noxious Longbow. Now this is obtained by killing a Raxor and obtaining a spider leg and then attaching it to a Raxi's web. Or if you were to buy on the Grand Exchange you will have to spend 383 million to get it. For this you will get a damage of 1147, an accuracy of 2458, and it can only fire Araxite arrows. Okay, so if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to punch the like button, leave a comment down below and also subscribe. Also, you may wish to follow me on my Twitter feed, which is going to be linked down below. So, last thing to say, I've been X.ColorX, and I'll see you in the next countdown.